Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, in addition to our regularly scheduled two videos a day, we sometimes put out some extra videos and sometimes they're sponsored content, and that is this video. Our very special thanks to Jane Street for sponsoring this video. Not only that, they've put together this puzzle for us to solve today. I'm very excited to have opened it up and seen that it's a sudoku. Because I feel like I'm slightly on home ground there compared to some of the normal puzzles that they send us. But anyway, for those people who don't know, Jane Street's a quantitative trading firm, and they use techniques from machine learning and distributed systems, programmable hardware, and statistics to trade on markets all around the world. Now, you might be wondering, why is a company like Jane Street interested in sponsoring a puzzle channel like ours? Well, it's because the people who work there are literally obsessed with solving complex problems and puzzles every day, both as part of their work and as leisure. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, they're currently looking for their next wave of curious and passionate individuals to join their internship program in Hong Kong. Applications are now open for sessions from May through July this year and from December through February next. And they're currently accepting applications for internships in quantitative trading, software engineering, research, strategy and product, institutional sales and trading, and more. You would get to dive into interesting work being done around the whole firm and surrounded by brilliant people from diverse backgrounds who are passionate about what they do and eager to teach you what they know. When you're not working, you'd have plenty of time to use Jane Street's beautiful office amenities, attend guest talks and social events, and explore the vibrant city of Hong Kong. In addition to a salary, Jane Street will provide flights to and from Hong Kong, a one-week visit to another office, and accommodation throughout the entirety of the program. So it really is a serious opportunity. People from all over the world and all backgrounds are welcome to apply. You don't need to have a background in finance. That's very important. Jane Street's looking for curious people with a passion for technology and for creative problem solving. And if that's not someone watching this channel, I don't know who it is. It's people just like you. So do look at the link in the description to learn more about these Hong Kong internship opportunities and see if one of them could be a fit. Jane Street does recruit on a rolling basis. Jobs will close as the positions get filled. But they also have a puzzle blog as well, and that's worth checking out too. Now, all of that said, that's the advertising for this video. I mean, advertising, but basically it's a career heads up for anybody at the right point in their career. And I do recommend them. Now, I'm going to look at the rules for this puzzle. All I have read so far is normal Sudoku rules apply. But let's go. It says, it's called debugging. It says, oh no, our puzzle is crawling with Jane bugs. I think that's a pun on June bugs. Can you help us debug it? Normal Sudoku rules apply. Also, each bug must contain numbers that strictly increase from tail to head. So obviously the head is marked by the eyes at the beginning, although not in every bug, only in the green ones. Oh, look, it's going to say this in the rules. Green and yellow bugs have heads marked with eyes. Blue bugs don't. You have to determine the correct direction. So each of these bugs is like what I would consider to be a thermo, starting at the tail and increasing to the head. From tail to head. Okay, so we understand the rules. If we can put 1 to 9 in every row, column and box, let's get cracking. Now, by Sudoku, there's a 7 in one of these cells. But, of course, with the blue bugs, we do not know the order. So 7, well, that couldn't be a 7, because this position is, there are 3 bigger and 3 smaller, whichever way this bug goes. So that is 4, 5, or 6. And the 7 is one side of it or the other in the central column. Now we've also got 4, 4. That could be a 4 and this would be 8 or 9. If that's a 4, this is bigger. I don't know what to do with that. 6 is here, but again, they're blue. The green and yellow bugs are more helpful in terms of knowing the direction, but they're so short. They're not going to tell us anything. Well, they obviously are, but I don't know how. So let me spend a moment trying to figure out where we can make any inroads at all. Okay, 1 and 9 can never go in the center. Like if whatever sort of thermo they go on, they have to be on a tip. I mean, I suppose if they're on a green or yellow bug, they have to be on the tail. Ah, yeah, so 1 can't be in that cell. Well, sorry, this 1 is unable to be in those cells. 1 is also unable to be... Oh, which way round do these go? They strictly increase from tail to head. So they can't be on the heads. And that can't be a 1 because it's in the middle of a thermo or a bug. So that is the 1 in box 2. Then these can't be 1s by sudoku, and 1s can't be in the heads. So the 1 in this box is in one of those 2 cells. Now 1 can't be there, and 1 can't be in a head. That's not so good. 1 is now in one of those 3. How about here? It can't be in those cells. It can't be in the middle there. It can't be in the middle here, but that leaves... Oh, it can't be there by sudoku. So 1 is in one of those 2 cells in box 7. In a way, 1s and 9s are where to attack. We've got no given 9s, but... Now, 1 can't be in any of those cells either. And it can't be in those 2 because of the 1 that we've placed in the grid. So the 1 in the central box is in one of those 2. I'm going to have a quick look here. It can't be in a head of a head that's marked. It can't be there. It can't be in the middle. And by sudoku, it can't be in those 2. Oh, that's also a middle cell. Right, the 1 in this box is in one of those 2 cells. If that was a 1, that would be a 1. That would be a 1 then, because 1 can't be in the tail of a yellow or a green. No, 1 can be in the tail. It can't be in the head. Why can't I memorize this rule properly? Okay, let's have a look in this box just in case. 1 is not allowed in those cells because they're in the middle of their boxes. That's not gonna help. Oh, sorry, it's absolutely obvious. In row 3, we've got those 2 1s. This can't be 1 for its position on the bug. So that's a 1, right? And we actually know which way round this one goes for once. What's more important is that 1 now can't be in these cells. We've got a 1 in one of those 2, so that can't be a 1 in box 9. 1 can't be on a head. So now the 1 in this box is in one of these 2. And now the 1 in box 6 can't be in the middle. It's either there or there. No, it can't, that's also in the middle of a bug. So it must be here. And that means everything. That means this can't be a 1 in this bug. We know the kind of the direction of this bug. That can't be a 1 in box 5, so the 1 is here. That can't be a 1 by sudoku. That's the 1 in row 5. That's not a 1. That's the 1 in box 7. This is not a 1 by sudoku now, and we pencil mark them. That's a 1. That's a 1 on a bug. And that's all the 1s done. Right. That was definitely where to start, and it took me quite a while. I'm going to pencil mark this thermo. So this digit is 2, 3, or 4. This one 3, 4, or 5, because we know the direction now. This one I would have said 5, 6, or 7, but 7 is ruled out. So this one's 6, 7, or 8, but 7 is ruled out. This one's 7, 8, or 9. Now, since this couldn't be 7, this can't be 6, and this can't be 5, and this can't be 4. Now we've reduced all of these cells to 2 candidates, which I was hoping was going to be helpful. maybe more helpful than it turns out it is. We know the direction of this bug as well, and that's a 4-cell one, so it's a bit better than the 3-cell ones that we also know. Now, this one can't have a 2 here. Is it worth pencil marking these cells? There's quite a few candidates. No, I'm not going to. But I am going to say that this digit can't be a 2 because of the direction of this bug. That digit can't be a 2 because of the direction of this bug. So 2 is not in any of those cells. And the 2 in the central row is one of these 2. And now we know the direction of this bug because 2 couldn't be in a bug starting from this end. So the bug starts from this end. It can't start with a 1, so it must start with a 2. And these digits now can't be 3 or 4 by the givens. So this one is 5, 6, or 7. This is 6, 7, or 8. And then we get up to, I would say 7, 8, or 9, but we've got a marked 7. And it's a shame I can't rule 2 out of there, but so be it. Oh, this digit is the head. This is not going to be a 3, and that could be quite important. The reason it's not going to be a 3 is that digit would have to be 1 or 2, but it can't be either of those. So that can't be 3. 3 in this box is in one of those 2 cells. I think it's very likely to be there, but we don't know for sure it's not here. But one of those being a 3 means we know this. This is now a 2. And I thought that was going to be more helpful. I can't rule 2 out of those. I probably can rule 2 out of these. I can. Oh, maybe I can... No, I can't rule it out of here either. So I think 2 in this box is in one of those. I'm not going to pencil mark that. Maybe I should, but there we are. Again, now, 1, 2, we've got 8 and 9 still to fit into this box. And they must be in these 3 cells. My corner marks are where a number is confined within a box to a certain area. Now, this one is easily 8 or 9. This one can't be 9 because it's not at the end of its bug. Don't know. I don't know about the rest. 1, 6, 8, 9, 3. That can't be 3 because this can't be 2. But this could be 3, and I think even this can be 3. Let's just see what would happen if this was 3. That would be 9, this would be 8. Oh, by sudoku we need to, that would become a 4. 3, 9, 8 here would make this go 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that would hang together. I can't falsify that. It is intriguing that this works. Oh, I've just noticed 7 is in one of these 2 cells. Oh, it's very difficult. That's by sudoku, looking at these 7s in the puzzle. It's very difficult for this cell to be a 7 if the start of the bug was here. Because then this would have to go 7, 8, 9. That digit wouldn't be a 9. And in fact, that won't work. If that went 7, 8, 9, these would be 9 and 8, with this being 9 and this 8. But you couldn't have a bigger number than 8 here if it couldn't be 9. So this might be 7, but we know the direction of this bug. It must start here and go up. So this first digit can't be 1, 3, or 6. So I'm going to say it's 2, 4, or 5. Then we get bigger, and this one can't be 3 or 7. So this is 4, 5, or 6. The next one can be a 7. And it's quite interesting pencil marks, but not quite enough. Should I know what this is? Oh, that can't be 4 by sudoku. I've only just spotted that. This one is 2 or 5. That can't be 6 by sudoku. There is a 6 in one of these 3 cells. It's probably in the bigger bug, but can't be sure. Oh, that can't be 6 by sudoku. I'm very bad at spotting these givens. So that is 7 or 8. This is 8 or 9. What about this row? We need a 4 in it. If that was a 4, this would go 3, 5, 6, 8. That would be 9. That would be 7. This 4 would be at the start. Oh, you can only just make this bug up as 4, 6, 8, 9 if this is a 4. Alternatively, this is a 4, which I think is a solution that leaves a wider variety of possibilities open. So maybe I'm not going to investigate that too much at the moment. I've got a 7 and a 7. One of these digits is a 7. Now that's an analogous position to here. Can it possibly be this that is the 7 and the beginning of the bug be here? Isn't it go 7, 8, 9? I think that would end up being a 6, weirdly. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think I can falsify that at the moment. Oh, hang on. I decided this couldn't be 3. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I need to find something else that will keep my progress going. One of these two is a 2. I know that. If this was a 5, this would have to be 6. That 5 would force a 5 into one of those 2 cells and a 5 into one of these. Now, I don't quite know what that does to the world we're living in here. Okay, this column, 1, 2, and 7. This bug needs 2 digits that don't involve those, and they're not a 3, 4 pair, or this cell would be broken. So this is at least a 5. That is probably not very helpful. 7 was a possibility here. Oh. Well, that would mean that these digits couldn't be 8 or 9. This is quite interesting. Where does 9 go in the middle column? It doesn't go here because these bugs start at the tail. So that's not a 9. 9 can't go in those cells or these cells because they're in the middle of a bug. So 9 must be in one of these 2 in the central column. And if I'd learnt that a while ago, that would have helped a lot. Now, that 7, 9 pair is going to make this an 8. And that's going to make this a 6. And now we can fill in 5, 4, 3 here. Well, this is a big advance. This has become a 7. This is not allowed to be 7 or 5, so it's 6. This is not allowed to be 7. In this row, we now have a 7, 8, 9 triple to place here. That one can't be 7. This one must increase as we go up the bug. 7 or 8. So this is the only cell left for 7 in the row. 7, 8, 9, 1, 6. Everything else, we need a 4 in the box. There we go. And then these are from 2, 3, 5. That one is 3 or 5. And that one is 2, 3 or 5. Neither of those affect the order on their bug. 1, 6, 4. This has to be, can't be a 7 in the box. So, oh, in fact, that's 7's looking at this digit. That's good. This is now a 3, 5 pair, which I was speculating about earlier. We've got an 8, 9 pair there. Good. Okay, lots of the middle rows done. That's a big advance. Now, I need to put in 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. 2 cannot go in these cells. In fact, this is the beginning digit of this bug, and it can't be 1, 2, or 3. So that's 4 or 5. This is 5 or 6. And this cell, which is more than 5, less than 9, can't be 7 or 6, is a definite 8. Now, I could have worked out that 8 wasn't going in these cells fairly easily. These are from 2, 3, 5, and 6. This one can't be 2 or 3 in the row, so that's definitely 5 or 6, which makes a pair. The other 2 cells in the column are 2 and 3. This one can't be a 2 because the bug would have to begin with a 1, which it definitely can't do. So that's a 3 with a 2 beginning. This is a 2 down here, which makes this bug easy to fill. We've got 3, 7, 2, 1. We need a 4 in this row, which is not here anymore. So the 4 is going to have to be here on the other yellow bug. This digit is 5, 6, 8, or 9. I'm not going to pencil mark that. I'm going to say this digit can't be 7, so this one is. Now this is lower than that, so this can't be 5 anymore because we're not allowed to put 6 here. So that's 3, this is 5, and then we get a big 8 or 9, which is now part of a pair, leaving 2 and 5 on the bug at the top. 6, 8, 9 are the remaining digits. Now, one of these must be a 6, because the 7 in the middle of this bug requires a lower digit on one end or the other. So that's not 6. This is, in fact, a 5, 6 pair in the row that I hadn't seen before. 8 or 9 on the end of this bug. Let's have a look at this column. We've got 3, 4, 9 still to place. That digit can't be 4. That digit can't be 3. I wish that had been a little more helpful. But we're making good progress. Now, in this row, we've got 2, 3, and 9 to place. That is 2 or 9. This could be any of them. This bug we have not investigated at all, or that one. So in this column, we've seen 1, 2, 6, 7 has gone. So this digit can't be a 7. And now this is the 7 in row 2, must be. Now, we've got, we can't put 3 in these cells, or 7. 1, 2, 6, 7 are all impossible, and 3. So we're selecting from 4, 5, 8, 9. We start with 4, 5, or 8, go up to 5, 8, or 9. Can't start with an 8, because if we put 8, 9 in this bug, that cell would be broken. So this is not an 8. Now we've got a 4, 5 pair in row 8. That becomes a 6. In the rest of the row, we need 2, 8, and 9. I thought that would be a little more helpful. Okay, how about this box? 1, 2, 6, 8, 7 are placed. 5 has to be in one of these. I don't know. I don't think it's obvious to me which way around that goes. Maybe let's think about this 7 bug, which is quite analogous to that one. We need 1 lower digit and 1 higher. This digit is 2, 8, or 9. If that is high, this is not allowed to be 2. This is 5 or 6, which would be a pair with that. If this is low and is a 2, then this digit is 8 or 9. In fact, if that's a 2, that's a 9, this is 8. This can't be 4. I've placed 4 in box 9, I just didn't realise it. So that's a 5. Now I'm going to look up the column. This is the only place left for 5 in box 2. That makes this a 6. That doesn't resolve its bug. 6, 7, 4, 1, 3. This digit is 5, 8, or 9 by sudoku because it sees that 2. One of these 2 must be a 2, so that digit can't be a 2, and the 2 in row 4 is found. And then this has to be 5, 8, or 9, and again, not quite resolved. Now that's a 2, 8, 9 triple, so everything else in this column is from 3, 4, or 5. That digit sees 3 and 5 in its row, so that's 4. That's clearly less than this digit, so this is higher. I think it must be 5 now, and this is 8 or 9. This digit becomes 3, 5 gets placed here. now, this is 3 in the box, and that's the lower digit on the bug. That's fine. And that didn't quite resolve anything. This is 6, 8, or 9 in the row. But on this bug, that is the lower digit, so it's not 9. Where's the 4 in this column? It could be there or it could be here. Both those bugs are susceptible. This is 3, 4, or 9. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to try these 2 bugs in the corners. This one I haven't really looked at all. This digit is 6, 8, or 9 by Sudoku. Now, for that to be low on this bug, it would have to be 6. This can't be 7, this would be 8, and that would be 9, and this cell would be broken. So this is not low. This is the low end of the bug. It can't be 8 or 9, it must be 2. And that is going to be enough to get us home, I think, because once we get a 2 there, we can place 2 in box 9. Then we now know 2, 7, 5, 4, 1. This digit in the corner, we're on an ascending bug. I have to keep using the term, it sounds very odd. There seems to be only one place for 5 in this column, which also completes its row and pretty much its box. So that was really easy if I'd spotted it. And that's why it's not fundamental to the puzzle. One of these 2 is a 4. Oh, there's some bug. Right, this bug can't have 8 and 9 on both sides of the 7. So this digit's a 5. And that's probably the last 5 in the puzzle. Was really easy to find. I think it is. 7, 5, 2, 1. What is this? 4, 6, 8, or 9. I don't think this bottom row is easy at all, actually. It's certainly not giving up. One of those 2's a 6. We know that. For that to be a 6, this would be 3. 9, 8, 6, 9. This would be 8. That would be 9. I can't see the problem there. There must be one more problem to come. This is 4, 6, 8, or 9. So is this, I think. No, 3, 4, or 9 down here. That's a slightly different. Oh, not 3. This is just 4 or 9. So 6 and 8 have to be in use up here. That's one of them. Is this the other or is it not? I don't know. 4, I know, is in one of those cells. Is there still some bug that... Oh yes, look, this one is just crying out to be revealed. There we go. 9 on the end of that, not 3. And that gives me a 4, 9 pair in the bottom row. Now we're underway. This is a 3 and a 6, and I know the order from the bug shape. Oh, we get a little 3 in the corner explosion there. This is now 8, 6, 9 up here, 4, 6, 8. That does give me 8 and 9 in this bug, which fixes 4 and 9 down here. I haven't finished off this 9, 8 pair. That's a 9, and then one more 9, 8 pair. And that is Debugging, Debugged by Jane Street. Congratulations. You debugged the puzzle, but you're not done yet. Continue on to part 2. I did not know that was happening. Here we go. Jane Street, the Jane bugs are back and they're getting smarter. We need your help debugging this puzzle as well. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In addition, each bug must contain numbers that strictly increase from tail to head. Thank goodness it's the same way round. Green bugs have heads marked with eyes, blue bugs don't. The yellow bugs from puzzle 1 have disappeared, but they've left their digits behind as a clue. Wow, refer to puzzle 1 to input the digits in their place. So the yellow bugs from puzzle 1, oh look, it says Jane Street. Isn't that beautiful in bugs spelt out? That's fantastic. Right, I'm going to put the yellow bug numbers in. So they are 6, 3 at the top and 1, 9 at the bottom. That's 6, 3 up there, 1, 9 down here, and then 4, 8 at the top and 4, 1 at the bottom in the symmetrically opposite position. 4, 8 and 4, 1 down here. Okay, well, let's get cracking with this one. So the green bugs have got, or they've got their directions marked by the eyes. Now, this 6 cannot lead to higher digits on this end because there's too many. So it goes the other way. 7 or 8 there, 8 or 9 here. And here we're selecting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 or 2 there. This one can't be 3 or 4. And it can't be 5, actually. That's too high. So that's 2. That's 1. This is 3. We can't go as high as 5. And that is 4 or 5. So that's a good start. We've got a bug down here we know the direction of, and it doesn't end in 9. I don't know how to use that. I've got this 4. That's putting 4 in one of those 2 cells. Now, 4 cannot be the first cell on this bug. 1, 2, 3 have been used. So, oh no, 4 could be. 4 can't be the last cell. That's what it can't be. So that's 4. And then we're increasing 5, 6 or 7, 7 or 8, 8 or 9. But we've got a 7, 8 pair in the row. So that's 9. That 4's looking at this cell. 5 is on this bug somewhere. 9 is definitely in one of those 2. Oh, that's a 4 by Sudoku. Do we know the direction of this bug? Yes, it can't start 1, 2, 3 there because of this digit. So it's low here. That must be 1. This is 2 or 3. Then we're increasing. This is 5 or 7. I'm looking at that digit. This is 6, 7 or 8. And finally 7, 8 or 9. This 4. That digit can't be lower because it sees 1, 3, 2. It even sees a 5 here. So that is 6, 7 or 8. This is higher, 7, 8 or 9. This is 2 or 3. This is 1 or 2. I've got a 2, 3 pair in this row. Doesn't actually help. I've got a 7, 8 pair in this row. That does help. That makes this digit a 5. And this one 1 or 2. Now I've got 1, 2 in the box, and that's a 3. That makes this one 2. Now I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple in this column. I'll have a look at the bottom of the grid in a moment. Oh, that 8 is helpful. That's clearly the end. So let's go back down. 7, 6 or 5, 6, 5 or 4. Now, I would have said 5, 4 or 3 here, but 3 and 4 have gone. So that's 5, 6, 7. And this is now 2 and 1. And that was really easy. So moving these digits over was incredibly helpful. That's not 9. And now 9 is placed in the box. 2 is in one of these cells. Right, 4, 2, 1, 9. We're selecting from 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know whether that's the low or the high end. There's a 1 in one of those 2. Oh, look, there's a 9 looking at that cell. So that's 8. That's 7. That's 8. This is 9. 5, 6 and 7 are the available digits, and it's the lower one that then goes up to the tail. So we've got a 6, 7 pair. This digit is 5. Good. Okay, lots done there. Not all that many bugs left to really grapple with. 7, 8, 9 and 9. We need a 9 in one of these 3, but it can't be there based on the shape of the bug. So 9 is here. There's also a 1 in this box. And look, those cells are ruled out. Well, 1's not allowed on any of these cells, so I'm going to put 1 in here. And that fixes 9. It fixes 1 over this side. This now sees 9 and 4 in the row, so that's a 3. I was going to say I can't put 4 there, but I was only really thinking about ascending to it. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, this bug, 5-cell bug, I've got to pencil mark that. This is 2 or 4. This one is at least 3. Oh, but look, I can't use 7, 8, or 9 in this row. So I'm going to say 3 or 4, 4 or 5, 5 or 6. And that's wrong because 4 or 5 is not respecting the 5 I already have in row 5. That is going to do a certain amount of work. So these are from 5, 6, 7, 8 now. Now I know that that 4 is the beginning. I wonder if that was available before. This is the only cell for 8 in the box. This is the only one for 7. These are now from 3, 5, and 6, and they're on the turn on this bug, which goes up this way. So this is lower. I think 1 or 2 may... No, it can't be 5, because although you could put 6 there, you couldn't carry on here. Could this be 6, though, if this was the high end? Yes, it could. So this digit is 1, 2, or 6. This one is also from 1, 2, 5, 6. Just by Sudoku, you can tell that. So I don't quite know what's going on here, but I do know, actually, that these digits are 4, 7, and 8 in this column. Now, can 8 be in one of those cells? Yes, as long as 9 is sitting here. In fact, one of these is 7 or 8, at least. So, oh no, this is the digit at the high end, isn't it? Oh, yes, I know I know which way round this goes. Sorry, I was acting as though I didn't, but I do. This head end is the high end, isn't it? So that's 5 or 6. This is the low end, 1 or 2. That's 3 or 5. This is 5 or 6. But now these two are 5 and 6, and we know the order. 6. This becomes a 3. This is 1 or 2, but it actually sees a given 1. Okay, and that 4, 7, 8 rises to here, so it can't rise from an 8. And these rise to here. Now these could rise from an 8. That has to be lower. No, I'm going the wrong way round. The bug is, this is a different order of bug. This one goes this way round. So that is the lowest digit. It's not 2, 1, or 3. It's not 5 or 6. So it's 4 or 7. 7 would be too big to fit the rest of the bug on. So that's 4, 7, 8, 9. It's all quite straightforward when you finally work it out. I can place 4 in box 7, last 4 in the grid. I've got the last one and... No, I've got the last 1 placed there, not the last 2. This is a 6, 7 pair. One of those is forming a pair. These are from 2, 3, 8. That one has to be 8, actually. So these are from 2 and 3. Now, in this column, I'm ascending all the way down here from 2, 3, 5, 8. So this one that is 3 or 5 actually sees a 3. So that's 5. We can put 8 on the end. I can't resolve that 2, 3 pair yet. 4, 9, 1, 5, 8 used in this box. This digit is 6 or 7. How about this row? This column, that's best, because 6, 7 there make this a naked single. It sees all the other Sudoku digits as a 9. In this column, this digit might be naked single as well. We see 1, 4, 7, 6, 5, 9, and 3, so it's not. This digit is 2 or 8. That wasn't quite as powerful. This one is 3 or 8. Oh, this one sees 6 and 7. Oh, well, that's probably got a lot done. This now sees an 8 and must be 2. That's 8. This is 3. I think we're going to finish off now. We get a 5 here. We need a 3 in the bottom row, and that's going to make this 2. And it's still got some 6, 7s to sort out. 5 and 9 here, though. And this is 6 or 7. So how are we going to resolve these 6 7s? I'm looking at the bugs. Oh, it's in these rows, isn't it? Right. I've got none of the bugs were resolving those for me. So it's just a bit more Sudoku in by row and column. 7 and 6, 6 and 7, and then 6 and 7. And there we go. That was a little quicker. Thanks for debugging our puzzles. I was terrified it was going to come up with a link to a third puzzle there, but there we go. It's a lovely pair of puzzles from Jane Street. The second one, to me, slightly easier than the first, but maybe I was getting used to the way that the bugs worked at that point. Certainly took me a while to get my head around the eyes being what I would call the high end or the end of the thermo. But very nice, and I love the way that the bugs in this puzzle actually spell out Jane Street. It's beautifully done. Clearly somebody who really knows their way around a Sudoku grid has created this. And I mean, it just goes to show that problem solving is very much built in to Jane Street's DNA, and we are very grateful to them for sending puzzles like this through to us and for sponsoring us occasionally. It's absolutely marvellous that they're prepared to do that, and our thanks go to them. Thank you for watching as well. Bye for now.